I remember the butterflies in my stomach as I drove to Mark's place. We'd been seeing each other for a few weeks, and things were getting serious. Maybe too serious, considering he hadn't exactly mentioned he was single. Still, I pushed those thoughts aside, excited to finally spend some quality time with him away from the prying eyes of the office. His apartment was small, but cozy. He had candles lit and soft music playing. He gave me a hug that lingered a little too long, and I felt a familiar thrill. We talked for a while, sipping wine, and I started to relax. Maybe this could actually work, I thought. Maybe he'd finally tell me he was leaving his wife. I know, naive. Then the doorbell rang. Mark seemed surprised, a flicker of annoyance crossing his face. I wasn't expecting anyone, he said, a little too quickly. He opened the door, and 3 guys piled in, laughing and joking. Hey, man, we were in the neighborhood and thought we'd drop by, one of them said, clapping Mark on the back. My heart sank. This was not part of the plan. Mark introduced me as a friend from work, which stung more than I expected. The guys didn't seem to notice the tension in the air. They cracked open beers and started talking about sports, completely oblivious to the fact that I was practically invisible. As the evening wore on, I started piecing things together. One of the guys mentioned Mark's wife and how she was out of town. Another joked about Mark's wedding anniversary coming up. Each word was like a punch to the gut. It became painfully clear Mark was married, and he had no intention of telling me. I was the other woman, the naive fool who fell for his lies. The worst part was Mark didn't even seem to care that I was there, witnessing his deception. He laughed along with his friends, completely ignoring me. I felt a wave of anger wash over me, followed by a crushing sense of humiliation. I stood up, my hands shaking. I should get going, I said, my voice trembling slightly. Mark finally looked at me, a flicker of concern in his eyes. Are you sure? He asked. Yeah, I'm sure, I replied, grabbing my purse and heading for the door. As I walked out, I could hear the guys laughing again. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't need to. I knew that was the last time I'd ever see Mark. The drive home was a blur of tears and anger. I couldn't believe I'd been so stupid, so blind. I'd let myself be used, and now I was paying the price. The next day at work, I avoided Mark like the plague. He tried to talk to me, but I just glared at him and walked away. I quit a few weeks later. I couldn't stand being in the same building as him, knowing what he'd done. The whole experience was a painful reminder that some people are just not worth trusting. It made me question whether I should trust people and if trust is even real. The entire experience has scarred me and continues to impact my current dating life. I wonder if anyone has gone through such a traumatizing experience as I have. If you've enjoyed this story and want to hear more true tales of betrayal and heartbreak, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.